Shalom. This is Hara One by Yasha Allah of the Lions Den Camp, located right here in Jacksonville, Florida. Before I begin, I want to say Kal Halayim, La Yahweh, Ba Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba Hashem, Harakah Kodash, Ma'amath. Double honor to the elder apostles of GMS and the elders. Shalom to you, Akim, and Agwatim, and children that believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of the earth. There's going to be a quick, scriptural update, spiritual update on what's going on with this whole storm that they call Milton. All right. As we know of yesterday, the storm reached a level or a low area of low pressure that caused all the meteorologists to freak out yesterday, because the threat level went up to a 5, and they were even talking about creating a new level for hurricanes because of this one. They were about to call it a 6. All right. So, but then it started dissipating. But that was October. What's today? The 9th. Yeah, October 9th. Now you just had today's October 9th. You just had on the 8th, or a few days ago, sometime last week or this week, there was a CME, a coronal mass ejection, that pointed straight at the earth, and it shot out what we know as elements, but they call protons, which is like energy. All right, you got photons, which deal with light, and you got protons, all right, which is like energy. And that energy can cause electromagnetic storms, or what you would call friction around the ionosphere. All right, ionosphere, around the ionosphere, which is already active anyway. All right, the ionosphere, which affects the troposphere, which affects weather upon the earth. Now you have from that friction. Now you have, oh man, that's crazy. I was going to do a lesson on this, but I'll go back to it and do another lesson on it later. You have this comet that's passing by that's going to be able to be seen during the day. It's going to be so bright you're going to be able to see it during the day, because it's going to be near the sun. As it is right now as we speak, it's passing the sun. But eventually we're going to be able to see it in the daytime, all right? Because the reflection of the sun going to beam off of this comet. Now that's something spectacular in itself. It's something spiritual about that, and we're going to be able to see it for a few days, all right? So it's going to be day and night. We're going to see this comet, and comets only come around usually when major events happen, like World War II. You know. Going back to the Roman Empire. So today, a second solar flare happened, and there's going to be another one tomorrow. They said this is rare for 3 solar flares to hit back to back like that, and all hit the earth around the same time. Because mind you, I just said there was one that already happened last week or so, a few days ago. And the energy from that is still accumulating and heating up, building up these storms. And what happens is the energy from it can keep the storm going. That's why it calmed. We saw the storm, Milton, calm down, and then it shot back up to a 5, and then you seen that meteorologist crying. So go figure. This has nothing to do with Esau, man. This is the Most High doing this one. All right. Even so, even if Esau did it, it's the Most High using them to do it. But this is the work of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, all right, judgment. But the hurricane should be passing Tampa, Sarasota, all those areas right now, all right, the eye wall. But it's hitting as a 3, all right. But the storm clouds and the cells are intense. That's why you got a lot of tornadoes popping up, a lot of electricity, lightning, All right, because a lot of energy built up from these solar flares. Now tomorrow is going to be so major on October 10th. When that third solar flare hit, they all going to hit at once, man. So you got the one that's already hitting right now, and then you got one from today. And we'll see the effects of it tomorrow. And then the one tomorrow, you're going to see the effects of it, just like we saw yesterday when the storm increased to Category 5. And mind you, that storm's still gonna be, that tropical weather is still gonna be lingering around, or that hurricane level 1 or level 2. Once it passes the western side of Florida, it's still gonna be like a 1 or a 2 when it gets on the east side of Florida. So you never know, man. You know, some intense stuff happening on the earth, and the scriptures speak about that. All right. So I'm gonna read this real quick. Where's my stylus at? So it says here, X1.4 solar flare erupts on the sun's west limb. All right, because you had that one solar flare that already blasted protons at the Earth, which is energy. Then you have two, because that comet is passing the sun, and as it passes, it caused sunspots in the sun from the reactionary effect of it. All right, so it caused sunspots, and out of those sunspots, as they're spinning around on the western side, it's like eventually it's going to wave right past the Earth, and it's going to be shooting out flares, and that's a whole bunch of energy that can disrupt communications, that can disrupt lights. Lights can go out, blackouts. All right, or these storms and energy. There's going to be a lot of energy in these storms and on the Earth. All right, X1.4 solar flare erupts on the sun's west limb. Second X-class flare of the day. An impulsive solar flare measuring X1 or 1.4 erupted on the sun's west limb at 3:47 UTC on October 9th, 2024. That's today. So the effect's going to be felt tonight and tomorrow. The event started at 3:44 and ended at 3:53. All right, it's most likely PM. But what's also crazy is a Carrington event. All right, because when those solar flares fully hit the Earth, geomagnetic storm, it can cause a what they call a Carrington event. All right, where everything's blacked out. Cause a lot of blackouts. All right, matter of fact, I'm just keep reading. See, that's how it look. Because they got them cameras out there that can see the sun. An X1.4 solar flare on October 9th image. Okay, let's see. On the west side, let's see if we can see it. Can I download this picture? I can just download it and look at it. I'm gonna open it like that. This shit look the same as the other one. Alright, so as you can see here, I'm guessing this is the west side right here. Alright, but either way, wherever it's at, even if it's over here, and they point, it's gonna swing right past the Earth real soon. Alright. It says a major impulsive solar flare measuring X1.4 erupted at 3:47, right, from a departing region. We just read that. The event was associated with a Type 4 radio emission. All right, because those are signals, frequency, of energy, radio. What's the X-ray? All these come from the sun. typically associated with strong coronal mass ejections, CMEs, and solar radiation storms. So that's what's going to cause solar radiation storms, which is storms out in space cause storms on the earth, turmoil, distress of nations, right? And mudslides, all kind of stuff, man. Earthquakes, all right. Lightning. In addition, a 10 cm radio burst lasting 3 minutes and with a peak flux of 300 SFU, I don't know what the heck none of that is, was registered from 354 to 347 UTC. A 10 cm radio burst indicates that the electromagnetic burst associated with a solar flare at the 10 cm wavelength was double or greater than the initial 10 cm radio background. This can be indicative of significant radio noise in association with a solar flare. This noise is generally short-lived but can cause interference for sensitive receivers, including radar, GPS can go out, satellite communications. And you got Elon Musk with the satellites. Radio frequencies were forecast to be most degraded over South America at the time of the flare. All right. So, see if there's anything else interesting on here. So yeah, man. If we see any upticks or intensity in this hurricane, or any disruption in GPS and signals and all that, we know why. All right. But everybody like, yeah, Esau messing with the storm and all that. It just seemed like, I don't think they were doing the cloud seeding this time. That's just me. But, can't never put it past them. Despite the CME not being Earth directed, so this one wasn't directed straight towards the Earth, the one on the west. Solar energetic particle, SEP, events can travel along the sun's magnetic field line and reach our planet anywhere from 20 minutes to many hours following the initiating solar event. All right. So it shot out on the west side. It didn't point straight at the Earth, but the effects are going to be felt. The other one the other day, it shot straight at the Earth. You can see all these little things shooting right at the Earth. Protons, energy. They say it's like a dude kick straight from the Lord, man. The Most High doing this. It's like a knockout. So something major could happen with this. It's 3 CMEs or flares hitting the Earth at once. All right, all those protons charging up the ionosphere. The wide angular spread of SEPs means that even solar flares occurring on the sun's west limb, such as this one, can have an impact on Earth's space environment, satellites. All right, which can affect communication, cause blackouts, and all that. In areas like Carolina, look at that. Increasing risk to satellite communications and high altitude aviation. All right, planes. So, all right, this is an image, a dry image of those sunspots. As you can see, these are like holes in the crust of the sun, craters, and they shoot out flares. All right, it has a lot of radiation and energy in it. That's how you know the power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. Because if he ain't set it up at a distance, we will have the firmament. We'll be cooked on this earth. We won't last a millisecond. All right, this is Genesis 1:14. And Yahweh Elohim said, "Let there be lights in the firmament All right, because the Most High created the firmament. Um, why did He create the firmament? Because the sun was already created, man. Everybody got their own belief, but it's all good. The sun, moon, and stars were already established. That's why He had created the firmament to protect from these uh, CMEs, radio waves, everything that the sun was bringing to the earth. And those beams would be scattered through something called infraction. It scatters light. That's where you get the term protons. All right, that's the protons that were around the earth. The protons come from the sun, even to this day. All right, and proton is a Latin or Greek word for light. All right. So, but on the fourth day, the Lord gave the sun its purpose to the earth of what it was going to be. So He created the heavens, and then He created the effect it was going to have on the earth. All right, and what was it going to be? It says what? Let there be lights in the firmament. So those lights from the moon, from the sun, which the moon is a lesser light, which reflects the light from the sun. Because without the sun, on the moon, that's what you call a new moon. All right, there's no light on it. And Yahweh said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night. And let them be for signs. That's why I want to get the scripture. And for seasons, and for days, and for years. All right, so this is the point, that the sun is set up to show signs in the earth. You got the solar flares, coronal mass ejections, storms that get kicked up by the sun. What else? Solar, what they call them things? Solar eclipses. All right. All right. And what's a sign? A sign is like an omen, a warning, or a sign of deliverance. All right. And this is a sign that the Lord is judging this place, man. He's bringing judgment. Man, He can use the sun. Put it like this: everything that the Lord created, He can use it to either help you or use it to destroy you. And the sun is one of those tools / weapons. All right, and I'm gonna read it. Luke 21:25. And there shall be signs in the sun. See, so it's a sign used for signs and seasons, and in the moon. All right, even with the moon, you got an extra moon around it right now, an asteroid floating around it for 2 months. It's gonna be there. We can't see it because it's like 33 feet wide. We can't see it with the naked eye, but it's there. All right, they got astronomers looking at it with these cameras. And upon the earth, distress of nations, man. So it's going to bring, through the spirit, we're in a time of judgment. So there's distress on this earth, even also from the weather, right? Not only, also from the wars, the economy. With perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring, men's heart failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth. For the powers of heaven shall be shaken. All right. So now let me get this real quick. And this is a judgment that's going to fall on the wicked, not only the sons of men, but the sons of the wicked, and also 2/3, which represent the sons of God. But in this judgment, they're going to be part of the wicked. They're going to get a judgment with the wicked. Revelation 16 and 8. And the fourth angel poured out his vial upon the sun, and power was given unto him to scorch men with fire. Other than that, the sun is in orbit and in order, the way the Most High got everything set up at a distance, perfect setup. But now the Lord said He's going to allow the angels to scorch men with fire on the earth from the sun. All right, solar flares cause extreme heat in the summertime and all kind of weather atrocities on the earth. And men were scorched with great heat and blamed and blasphemed the name of Yahweh, which have power over these plagues, man. So who has power over these CMEs that happen, over the storms? Yahweh, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And they repented not to give him glory. So even then, these heathens and these jakes, they're not gonna give the Lord glory. All right, they're gonna stay in their wickedness. Okay, so let me get this real fast. All right, so now this is Sirach 43 and 4. And let's go to 1. The pride of the height, the clear firmament. All right, the firmament is like 6 or 7 layers to it, and the ionosphere is one of those layers, and it gets affected extremely. I'm gonna show you what the ionosphere looks like. All right, this is it says the ionosphere. All right, ionosphere. The ionosphere, which helps to show you even more the Earth is a sphere, is a layer of Earth's upper atmosphere that contains free electrons and is ionized by solar radiation. Solar radiation. Solar comes from the sun. That's a pagan name they gave it, but radiation from the sun. So the ionization happens at the ionosphere. All right, I'm gonna show you what ionization is. I'm gonna read this real quick. The ionosphere is located between 48 kilometers and 965 kilometers above sea level and includes parts of the thermosphere, all right, which is hot, mesosphere, and the exosphere, which is like the patio of the Earth. You know, the exit. Once you get past the exosphere, you in space. You get caught up in a space vacuum. All right. The ionosphere is made up of charged particles. So what happens when the sun shoots out flares like this? It charges those particles up even more, and it's constantly changing, right? Because ionization is the adding or taking away from elements. You know, protons, electrons. I forgot the other ones out there. But anyway, any elements adding to or taking away from it is called ionization. All right, and that's what the firmament does. And also, it scatters the light. That's why in the evening, you see what? Red. In the morning, you might see gold or yellow. Then you see blue. Then you see green. All these different colors, because that's that one beam of white light shooting at you from the sun, light itself, and then it gets refracted, turned into a rainbow, right? Scattered. And the most bendable light is red. So that's why in the evening, you see that at evening. And who created that? So we can see it and it hit our eyes a certain way. The Most High did. So we could have sunsets, sunrises. But it also can be used for judgment. All right, so let me see what they got that on here. Okay, this is the ionosphere right here. So these 3 layers help to process the filtration of radiation that comes into the Earth. Exosphere, thermosphere, mesosphere, those represent the ionosphere, okay? So, and then if you go further down, you'll get to the stratosphere. This is where planes fly at. And then below that, I can't see that shit, but I think that should be the troposphere, if I'm not mistaken. Damn, I can't see that. Yeah, troposphere. That's where you get tropical weather or dust. The dust fields called the ozone layer. All right, that's why this whole thing is not called the ozone layer. All right, because you have the ionosphere, and then below that you have the ozone layer, which is like a divide between the troposphere and the stratosphere, if I'm not mistaken. All right, that's with the dust layer, but above that is like clear. All right, and ice and all kind of shit. So, but below that you get storms, electric storms, clouds moving around, cold and hot, which controls the stirring up of the wind on the earth, going around the earth. Most High ain't no joke, man. All right, Sirach 4:43 and 1. The pride of the height, right? The pride of the height, the clear firmament, the beauty of heaven with his glorious show, man. That's right, because the firmament, um, day and night, it shows us that how small we really are. And within the firmament is where radio waves, Wi-Fi, satellite, all this is around the firmament, in the firmament, all right? Radio signals. But day and night, you can look up at that firmament and you realize that, damn, I'm just a human. I'm in a human body. The sun, when it, because of the height of it. The sun, when it appeareth, declaring at his rising a marvelous instrument. So when the sun appears over the horizon, that shows you that the earth is round, because you'll see the sun appear and you can see it go down the other side and come back up again. It's around. So the sun, when it appeareth, declaring at his rising a marvelous instrument, the work of the Most High. That's right. Let's get that real quick. This is Psalms 19:1. The heavens declare the glory of Yahweh, right? You can look up at the heavens and see it. Like, whoa, Most High created that. You can look at Orion's belt. You know what they call it. All right. I did a lesson on it a few weeks ago. All right. You can look at all these things and you'll see, the cluster of stars that's set up in 12 that they use for the horoscopes, but it's really representing the 12 tribes of Israel, right? All right, so let me just keep going real quick. It says, the heavens declare the glory of Yahweh, and the firmament showeth his handiwork, man. Look at that, man. When you look at it, it shows that the Most High is controlling it, and it's like a tool that the Lord is still using. Ionization. Day unto day uttereth speech, and night unto night showeth knowledge, man. So that's twofold. One, because when we teach, you have the satellites, and that's where it all comes from, right? Our voice goes up onto these recorders, and we send it, and it goes through the satellites, and it goes onto YouTube, onto the unicorn, all right, the internet, all right, and YouTube. But also, the speech that it utters and the knowledge that it shows is that Yahweh's ways are not our ways. All right, matter of fact, let me get that. All right, Isaiah 55:9, and 8. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith Yahweh. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. Look at that, man. For as the rain cometh down, and the snow from heaven, and returneth not thither, but watereth the earth, and maketh it bring forth and bud, that it may give seed to the sower, and bread to the eater, so shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. Come on, man. So, day by day, we can look at that firmament in the sky and the heavens, and we can see that the Most High is the Heavenly Father, the power that's controlling everything. All right? So, when we see these corona mass ejections, CMEs, or whatever, we know it's the Most High controlling it. All right? Because He's changing things in the earth. His handiwork. Psalms 19:2, day unto day it uttereth speech. Like bright, sheesh. Day unto day it uttereth speech, and night unto night showeth knowledge. All right, so day and night on the internet. If the internet messes up, there'll be what? A famine of the word. Okay, and also you can look at it and see that the Most High's ways are not our ways. Okay, there is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. Right. So throughout all the earth, um, he's able to. People are able to watch our videos all over the internet. Their line is going out through all the earth, man. All right, that fishing line of has gone out through all the earth. The Lord said He's gonna make us fishers of men. Where we were cast in the net, now we casting the line, and it's going all the way out through all the earth, man. Somebody could watch a video in New Mexico, you living in Florida. And their words to the ends of the world. Look at that. So that's the Most High promise, that His word was going to be published to the ends of the earth, and then shall the end come. And in them have He set a tabernacle for the sun. So even in the sky, in the firmament, He set a house for the sunlight, for sunbeams, for radiation, ionosphere, right? Same way you get radio waves, radio frequencies, satellite, GPS, which was created by a Jake woman. His it says a tabernacle for the sun, remember the sun, S-U-N, which is as a bridegroom coming out of his chamber, the sunrise, and rejoicing as a strong man to run a race, going into orbit, running a race around the earth. All right, so what you would call the daytime, to rule the day. Sunrise, and then sunset, and then come right back around again. It's like you'd think it raced to the other side. All right, that's how you know the sun goes around the earth. All right. His going forth is from the end of heaven, and his circuit, like a circle, unto the ends of it. All right, so east to west. It rises in the east, sets in the west. And there is nothing hid from the heat thereof, man. Whoo-wee. All right, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up, man. I got the dry mouth. If you ever start a lesson and forget to get some water, if you're thirsty, I don't want to stop. I'm going to just keep on rocking real quick. Finish this one up. One last precept. Sirach 43, let's go to 2. The sun when it appeareth, declaring at his rising, a marvelous instrument. See that? The work of the Most High, man. So when we see these CMEs and the effects of it tomorrow and all whatever, that's all the work of the Most High, His handiwork. At noon, it parcheth the country. All right, that's when the sun is at its highest point. Excuse me, and it parches the country. The reason we see color is because of the sun. The Most High made our eyes a certain way to where the sunlight creates something called pigment. You can prove that by taking a red apple, and if you were to put it in the ocean, the bottom of the ocean, it'd turn blue or black, because the light from the sun can't reach down there. So you'll see it as blue or dark blue or different color. You won't be able to see the red. So the sun, the Most High made the sun, and the light from it is very important. All right, the photons. Now, at noon, it parches the country, man. Dries everything out. Then the Lord brings the rain through the clouds. And then shade. And who can abide the burning heat thereof, man? See, without the firmament, we'd be scorched. All right, and that's why King David said that. Who can abide the burning heat thereof? Because in the ancient times, we would travel a lot. All right, and traveling in that heat, people would have heat strokes and et cetera, et cetera. But let me see. All right, this was a prayer from a song of degrees, right? I'm gonna get to the point. Psalms 121 and 5. Yahweh is thy keeper, all right? Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. And that was literal, because our people would travel during the time of King David, and the Lord was saying basically the effects of the sun wouldn't scorch those people and kill that person. or at nighttime with the cold, the frost that comes from the moon, or the things that go bump in the night, right? That nighttime can bring. So now, Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil; He shall preserve thy soul. And this is the prayer, Psalms 121, that you say on the Passover. All right. So, who can abide the burning heat thereof, man? You know, an example of that was shown with King David, because he wasn't smitten by the sun in his travels. All right. So even now, today, the sun shall not smite thee by day, the moon by night. That goes into the affliction. Okay. So now, Sirach 43:3. At noon it parcheth the country, and who can abide the burning heat thereof? You know, a man blowing a furnace is in works of heat. Right? Somebody sitting there dealing with charcoal, or dealing with a furnace. They're making swords or whatever, blacksmiths. They deal with heat. They're in the midst of that fire. But the sun burneth the mountains 3 times more. You know, the brown color, darkness, and the burnt mountain look comes from the sun. Breathing out what? Fiery vapors. What's those fiery vapors? Coronal mass ejections, solar flares. All right, breathing out fiery vapors. Okay, that's why it's called the sun. Okay, now you have light that comes from it, called a war. And then you have the word dealing with the sun. I think it's like shamash. I can't remember. But I can look it up, but I don't want to get into all that right now. A man blowing a furnace is in works of heat. And you can barely stand that, right? You're being around the damn oven. But the sun burneth the mountains 3 times more, breathing out solar flares, or fiery vapors, and sending forth bright beams, what you call sunbeams, or sun rays. All right. And it dimmeth the eyes. So at evening time, it make you look just like I'm looking now, because it's bright ass light in my damn eyes. All right. So the Most High was creating what effect it was going to have to humans on the earth that He was about to create. Great is the Lord that made it, and at His commandment it runneth hastily. See, it runneth like somebody running in a race, like I said earlier. All right, from east to west, rises in the east, sets in the west, and then does that over and over again. They say the earth goes around the moon, but it's really the sun that's set up to go around the earth. All right. So yeah, man, those solar flares, it's in the scriptures. Fiery vapors, sending forth bright beams, man, radiation. All right, and light. So yeah, let me get this real quick. All right. So yo, check this out. It says the effects will be shown tomorrow. All right. You're gonna see the effects of it tomorrow. Look. X-class impact tomorrow. Level 4 solar storm predicted. All right. I don't know who page this is, but I just want to show you something real quick. It says if we get a G4 plus, instead of a G3, G4 KP8 plus, then you're gonna see auroras are likely at a low altitude. It's gonna be real low. Regional network disruptions in whatever region these flares affect. Possible large-scale grid disruptions. All right, GPS, electrical grids, communications. Also, all known health effects possible: heart attacks, high blood pressure, heart arrhythmias, all these different things, man. So, what I would do is tomorrow drink a lot of water, eat you a salad. You know, showers help. All right. Yeah, you're supposed to stay healthy anyway. All right, so yeah, all this could happen tomorrow in the midst of everything else that's happening on the on the earth, the calamities. All right, they say it can cause cognitive dissonance, and also this is the actual comet, a video of it. Okay, this is from the 8th, and that flare that shot out, the effects of it is gonna be tomorrow. All right, so whenever you look at this, if you look up these videos, the solar flares and all that CMEs, you're gonna see this big giant black circle in the middle because that's how they're able to see the flares. It's like putting your hand in front of the sun. You can see the rays around it. All right. So you see that joint shooting out? Look at that. Shot out on the west side. But one just shot straight at the earth a couple days ago. There's going to be another one tomorrow. Ooh. All right. So I'm going to end it there, man. And I'm going to say keep your eyes to the skies, man. Your face in the book and your mind on the spirit, man. Yeah, all right. And Kal Halayim Le'ahau Bashim Yahushai, because he's moving things in the heavens and upon the earth. All right. So with that, I'm going to say shalom and end this lesson. All right, yo.